I started bleeding in the 4th month, and I bled to the level that I passed out. I bled that I was not seeing anything again. Everything was what? Black. And they carried me like this to the hospital. In the hospital, they tried to stop the bleeding. It wasn't stopping. I heard, because I wasn't conscious, they were giving me injections on my laps, but the bleeding did not stop. And so they took me to the theater to check why I was bleeding so much. Are we here? Now, because it was a twin pregnancy, I had circulage. Women, you know what they call circulage? They tie the womb, so that I will not have a miscarriage. But when they did the scan, the twin girls were actually viable. They were moving around in the womb. The water was adequate. Everything was fine. But why was I bleeding? Nobody knew. And so I was in the theater for 6 hours. The doctor was trying to check what was happening, and eventually he tried. They gave my husband a form. They told him to sign so that they can evacuate the pregnancy. And my husband thought of the years we've been married, the first IVF I had that failed, the second one, and the third one. And then he said, "Oh, doctor, keep trying." Check it. He was afraid. Do I sign? Do I leave it? But the bleeding reduced. And they took me from the theater. They took me back to the ward. I was on oxygen. Are you there? They tried to sterilize me. And on the 3rd day, the doctor said he cannot handle me in a private hospital. They took me to teaching hospital. That was how I started staying in the hospital for 6 months. And at that point, I can't climb my bed and walk. So I'll climb my bed and be on the wheelchair. They'll wheel me to the bathroom, take me, clean me up, bring me back, carry me to the bed. If they want to go and do a scan, I was on wheelchair all through, so that the pregnancy does not fall off. On the 13th of August, I was in the hospital. The bleeding started again, wah. And they took me back to labor ward to check what the issue was. At this point, the pregnancy was 5 months. Still, they did the scan, the babies were viable, everything was okay. Why was I bleeding? My cervix was closed. Are we there? And then they tried again. I was unconscious. My BP was 30-40. I was almost gone. At this point, 7 doctors called my husband into the hospital and said, "If you don't sign for us to remove this woman will die." And I don't know where he got the faith from. He kept saying she will not die. They tried. It happened on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I started regaining strength. The bleeding started reducing. Are we there? And they took me back to antenatal ward. They managed the bleeding until it subsided, and it stopped. Ladies and gentlemen, between July and August, I had 16 pints of blood. Now, again, they took me back to that bed. In fact, in August, there were days I wouldn't even come down from the bed. I wouldn't even take my bath. I would stay there. They would feed me. Oh my God. And I was still pale. And then we managed August. The doctor, bless him. We've seen today. Every day was like birthday for me. Every day that I stayed alive till the next day was like birthday for me. Ladies and gentlemen, every day I saw people drop dead in the hospital. You don't understand. This air that we are breathing free of charge. There are people that are on oxygen every day. They are buying it. There are people that have pipe into their system. They feed through the pipe for months in the hospital. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I saw. Some of us that stay without checking our vitals for months, you don't know what you're doing to yourself. Please check. Because you don't know when you have high cholesterol, you don't know when your blood pressure is going up, and one, you will slump. They brought in so many people that slumped in the hospital because the antenatal ward was very close to the labor ward, and when they treat high blood pressure issues, stroke issues was also very close, and the next place was the mortuary. Hello. And every day you see them wheeling people into the mortuary, and I will stay there. And I was seeing them every day. And when I asked I said, they took me back to the theater and they sewed the womb again. On the 7th of October, when I was still managing the water, the entire water broke. The bed was soaked, and my babies were 29 weeks. That we just entered 7 months. We went to scan. They said, no, at this point, we need to remove the babies. That the water was entirely broken. And then, of course, we started looking for incubator because there were chances that the children were going to survive. And they said, if you don't do this surgery in the next 2 months, this woman will bleed, and this time we don't guarantee that she's going to live. You understand why I said you clap for me? Are we here? If you're a woman listening to me, you get married, you give birth without complication, you don't know what God has done for you. I sat down in the hospital on a daily basis. Women were dropping dead because of one case or the other. And every time a woman dies in the world, I will be feverish, I will catch fever, it's like, who is the next? And then in the next ward, which was the ward where people that have high blood pressure and kidney issues are, the moment you just stroll on the corridor, they are coming, bringing them out, and you ask, what happened? They say he slumped 1 hour ago, he slumped 2 hours ago, he had a heart attack, oh, she had kidney issues, she has been on dialysis. 2 places that I don't even wish to ever go to and stay: the prison and the hospital. 2 unpleasant places. And I was there every day. I was like, when am I going to leave? And then the emergency surgery was done. I wish next time I'm going to bring the pictures. And because in the theater, my blood pressure went boom. And the doctor was trying to sew me up immediately. And because he was rushing, they just packed me like this, so that I will not be there. They brought out 2 beautiful girls. One was 1 kg, one was 1.25 kg. The one that was 1 kg was taken upstairs, and they were trying to, bring her up. She cried because I heard her cry. She died 4 hours after that. The one that was 1.25 kg was put into the incubator, although she had infection, but she was put into the incubator, and every day, if I tell you how much, she was on oxygen for 2 months. She was in that incubator for 2 months. And then 4 days after I came out of the theater, because of, the way they saw the place is opened up. And then all this crisis brought what they call eclampsia. My blood pressure, I was feeling the palpitation in my heart. My blood pressure was going up, it was not coming down. I was taking drugs, it was not coming down. And my doctor said, Kai, we need to do something before Blessing will have heart failure. And every time they mention a case, the blood pressure will go up again. Are you listening to me? And that was when I started having palpitation of the heart. I started having shortness of breath. Now everybody in the world will be sleeping, but me, I cannot sleep because the moment I lie down, I cannot breathe. So I will sit down till daybreak. And then before you close your eyes and open, my legs were swollen. And they said, ha! And I heard them, because every time they talk, I was scared. They stopped talking to me. They'll be whispering to themselves and to my husband. And I heard them say, Kai, let it not be what we are suspecting. No. And what were they suspecting? Who knows? Kidney. And they took me to the scan, to do a scan. And when they did the scan, just like they suspected, the potassium level in my kidney was too high. That was what was causing the shortness of breath, the palpitation, and all of that. And they said, this lady has had too much of medication. Are you aware that too much of these orthodox drugs is not good for our owners? My doctor was telling me, Blessing, the day you will stop this medication, I will throw a party. But I had to survive on those drugs. It was just 6 months. Oh, my brother has survived for years. In the hospital, I saw a woman that took insulin for 12 years, and she came for kidney transplant. Insulin. Diabetes. 12 years. And because of that, she came for kidney transplant. Where is the kidney transplant? Good health is a success that we forget to celebrate. You think not having money is the issue? Go and see people in the hospital that are telling God, if I just come out alive, even if I come out with one eye, whether I have food or not, I will be thanking you every day. And some of us, when we don't have money, you think you're. Go and see people that cannot breathe. People that have the kind of health issues that you cannot stay. There are so many in the hospital. You believe that health issues like this, you're like, you're like, how come? I saw a boy of 6 years old in the hospital that had bone marrow cancer, something bone. And I asked, who did this small boy offend? He didn't die. He didn't live well. And the boy was going through pains. The mother was crying every day. Father, just take him. Take him. I can't watch myself cry like this. You don't understand. And then they said they're not going to give me drugs for now, for that issue. They told me don't take banana. They mentioned all the food. And when you look at all the food, it's like, you're not even going to eat at all. Are we there? I was just supposed to take vegetables, cucumber, stop what? So many things. Don't eat melon, don't eat this one. And then I started looking for the kind of food I should not eat. And that was when somebody said, the people that is coming into town. I was in the hospital when I was looking at Dynace global business. I went to the hospital with my book. So every time the doctor mentions a health case, I'll write it and then I'll go and browse. Let me see whether it's a chronic case, whether I'll survive it. Are we there? At that point, for us who believe in restoration Christians, I was giving my life to Christ every second. Because it's like the next minute. And then I was on 3 cannula, 1 here, 2 here. So that anytime I have crisis, they will start putting fluid into me because the moment your veins collapses, you are gone. People don't know how to celebrate life. I celebrate. You see me, when I have money or not, I'm cruising. Hi. Me, when I have money or not, I'm happy. And then they sent Rocenta to me. Let me show you what caught my attention. This particular slide. And I titled this. When they said it improves kidney function. Let me tell you why I was so particular. Because I've used my eyes to see people that have gone through dialysis 3 times in a week and yet they are not cured of kidney disease. And you don't understand. Dialysis is very expensive, it's very painful. There's a hospital that does 1 dialysis for 60,000 and then you're doing it 3 times in a week. Now that's 180 in a week. That is not the end of the disease. I've seen people that are gathering money to go and do kidney transplant. I saw people in the hospital that had heart failure. So when they said, I asked again, are you sure product can improve kidney function? They said yes. I said okay. So when that period that there was no Rocenta, if you ask Sarah, I told her I need this product. She did not understand. From hospital, I was going to one church or the other. Because even the drops, the blood pressure drops I was taking, the sick was not working. Do you understand? Now let me tell you one thing Rocenta will do for you. It will help you. Even if you're on medication, it will help you to react well to that medication. Do you understand? Yes, that's what the doctor told me. So it boosts your energy, improves sleep quality, improves eyesight and vision. Let me continue with my story. Are we here? Yes. Then finally, I was able to gather money. That 588 that I used in signing up on the platinum package, to me, it means nothing. Because if you want to look at the kind of money that people there are spending, it runs into millions. I'm one of the persons that did not sell my products. I took the first one. My legs were still swollen. I took the second one. So my mother did the first one. I know they work. I took the third one. On the fourth package, I noticed that I was urinating. At that point, I was no longer on a wheelchair. The babies were no longer in me. You understand? So at that point, I was going to eat myself like 5 times before morning. I knew that something was wrong. And then within 3 weeks, my legs became so slim. Are we there? My legs became so slim within 3 weeks. I was losing weight almost on a daily basis. And I was asked to do the kidney function test again. When I went, the kidney function test from 5.1, you take a lot of water when you take Rocenta. So I was taking a lot of water. Even after taking, they said I should take 1 a day. I was taking 3 because my condition needed urgent attention. I'm sorry, even if it was wrong, but I had to. I was taking 3 because I needed urgent attention. I needed to sleep. The first thing I discovered was that when I took Rocenta at night, I slept like a baby. That issue that I could not sleep again was gone. I slept very well. That's not wrong. Number 2, the potassium level in my kidney reduced. I started responding to the blood pressure drugs that I was taking. Are we there? My blood pressure started going down because they were checking my blood pressure in the morning by 2 and by 7. Are we there? So they were checking it, it started going down. Very few people knew that I was taking it. I didn't expose it. Okay? And then, after a while, I noticed that the palpitation stopped. The sharpness of breath had stopped. And then, after a while, I noticed serious back pain. They took me back to the hospital and they said I had bone degeneration disease. So since I was getting better, I could walk, I could go about. I told myself I would take it 1 step at a time. I was doing my tests almost on a weekly basis to ensure that I was okay. But ladies and gentlemen, you see why I'm very proud of the center? Because these issues in me were handled. Blood pressure, shortness of breath, palpitation, kidney issue, sleep at night. 5 major issues were handled with just one product, Dynace. So you see why my confidence is high. My confidence is so high. And then when they diagnosed the bone degeneration disease, I asked the doctor, because the name was so big, I asked him, what's the meaning? He said, it's arthritis, it's bone degeneration. I said, no problem. And they gave me, after this time, I had spent so much in the hospital. And they referred me to an orthopedic. And the man said, even before I come to see him, I should not have got 5,000. I said, let me go and take Rocenta. Are we here? I was lying down. That was after I started global. We started Dynace global. I was taking Rocenta. That was in April or so. That was another thing. I started taking Rocenta again because I reduced it from 3 times to 1 time, once in a day. I started taking like twice. And Dr. Glory called me. Blessing, you don't want to go and meet that doctor. I said, I don't think there's a need. She said, why? I said, because the pain on my back is gone. Wow. You see why I said I am a product of this product. Seriously speaking, I'm a product of this product. And so when people are like, bless my people that produce this product. Why do you think? I said, because I've given it to too many people. Almost 2,000 members in my team. So I know that it's working. And the first person I gave to, let me talk about testimony, like success stories, isn't it? I gave it to somebody, a lady who had evacuation in 2020. She was my colleague in the banking sector when I was in the bank. She had a miscarriage, okay, and so they did evacuation since 2020. And then immediately after the evacuation, she lost her menstrual cycle. 2020, 221, 222, 223. She joined Dynace Global Inc. And when she joined Dynace Global, when she joined, I gave her, she started up with the airline package. I told her, look, don't sell this product, take it. I encourage people to take it. And she didn't even tell me that she had that case. Because she wasn't even believing that Rocenta can take care of that case. Are you there? She called me when I was in Calabar. She told me, blessing, I'm dying, oh, waiting you gave me, my brother, they pay me. I said, oh, that is healing crisis. I mean, that's what I told her. I said, it's healing crisis. And she said, oh, then the next morning, she said, I can't even snap that kind of picture. She sent blood all over. I said, are you okay? She said, blessing, this is a testimony. She was shouting. I said, what happened? She said, I did not tell anybody. I have not seen my message, 39-year-old woman. I have not seen my message for the past 3 years. Rocenta restored it. That pain was menstrual pain. Then I gave it to a doctor. I had so many doctors in my team. All those doctors that used to treat me, I went back to them. Because of course they've seen me now. Okay? And then I said, get one product so I did. So all of them thank me. You know? So when Dr. Ida, mother was supposed to go for surgery, cataract surgery. She called me and said, blessing, that the doctor said that the mother does not need the surgery again. And the only thing she gave her was 3 packs of Prostate. In Calabar, a lady who lost her menstrual cycle in April. You see this bishop, menstrual cycle? That one is like it's everyday testimony.
It's common.
People are testifying every
Very
day.
common.
Now let me shock you. I gave Rocenta to my sister, who had not given birth. She got married last year. And my sister, because she feels my sister, they carry these things there back there, she dropped Rocenta. She uses it. Her friend sent her a picture. Her friend that has fibroid sent her a picture and said, babe, the one product I'm using, my fibroid has shrunk from 2 centimeters, to 5. And she snapped Rocenta and sent to my sister. My sister sent the chart to me. I said, I'm sorry. Please, can you give me a fibroid? Are we there? So we've had so many cases. There was another case of a man who had early signs of prostrate in Calabar. When we had our seminar, he came to testify that when he went back to do a test, the doctor said that there is no need for what? Surgery. So every time, while I was coming from Kano to Lagos, I checked my BP at the airport. I don't play with test results. I don't play with medical checkup, sorry. When I checked, it was 127/87.
Wow.
This was blood pressure that was above 200. Are we listening to me? So every time, now let me say this. I don't know how to tell life. I've not dropped my blood pressure drugs. From time to time, when the thing is high, I take it. That you're taking Rocenta should not make you drop your medication. But I want you to believe in this product, the miracle in the sachet that we have, the miracle in the pack that we have, that if you have any health issue and you take it the way you should take it, trust me, in few months you will share your testimony. So you can look at me. My leg, sorry. I'm wearing high heels. I'm wearing fine clothes. I'm here talking to you. I've been here for the past 30 minutes. I'm still talking. I am not acting for breath. My daughter will tell me, please don't allow her to talk. Because if I just talk, I'll be. So I can't talk because of the issues, the palpitation I used to have. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a miracle. Inside that Rocenta box, we have good health. We have long life. We have prosperity. We have financial innovation. We have open doors. Missing you is even an opportunity, a real opportunity. We have open gate inside that box. Don't play with it. And so please, when you want to introduce Rocenta to people, introduce Rocenta with all amount of what? Because we deal with in 5 minutes, let's rush the benefit of Rocenta. So bitter melon peptide, look at all the benefits of bitter melon peptide. Alright? You can prevent. Don't wait until you have an ailment. Because curing is more expensive than preventing. Prevention is better than what? Cure. So even if you don't have any health issue, don't say that one is for people when they're sick. It's for everybody. Prevent it before it comes. Are we here? In the hospital, I have people saying, I wish I knew earlier. It is better to handle any health issue at the early stage. There is a stage that no matter what you do, no cure. No cure. I can tell you for free. So please, handle it now. You may not even know that you have any health case. But as Rocenta goes into your system, it begins to handle it. Alright? Okay, so this was the bitter melon extract. Then we have the lotus gem extract. It's for anti-aging. It enhances the immune system. And it does all these, just one ingredients. The brown seaweed extract balances your immune hormones, and enhances immunity. Now, this is the ingredient that is responsible for the support of bone and health. Now, can I shock you? This ashwagandha root extract is a product in some companies. Brown seaweed is a product in some other companies. But they carry all these products and merge inside Rocenta. Do we have men in the house? Do we have men in the house? If the other room have been suffering because something is wrong with your kingdom, please take Rocenta. Because I tell you, 2 things can make the family happy: a healthy kingdom and money. Even if you have money and your kingdom is not healthy, there is an error. The vice president of that kingdom will not be happy because that is where joy comes from. How many of us have experienced that joy? May you experience that joy. There's joy in it. So please, this ashwagandha root extract is responsible for fertility and wellness in the kingdom. I went to speak with some commissioners, and when I went, they said in their mind, I went, let's talk marketing. Then I just talk and go. The moment I started talking about ashwagandha root extract and how it takes care of the kingdom, the men dropped their phones. I said, hey, so how many will I take? How many? I started telling them, the least you can take is 12. And that was how they dropped their phones and started making transfer. There is something inside the kingdom. We know how powerful it is. And so that is one place that men don't joke with. So this ingredient is what is responsible. So that woman knows it all. They want you to stay in good health. They want you to have good kingdom, healthy kingdom, and they want you to have money. We deal with confidence. So we have other ingredients, 11 types of vitamins, minerals, cloves. You see this clove? Clove is a major ingredient in some products in some companies. They don't joke with cloves. When I left the hospital, they told me I should soak clove in water and be drinking it like my water. Go and I'm not going to tell you the health benefits of cloves. I want you to go and check it yourself. Find out the health benefits of what? Cloves. All this inside one product. Who says it will not work? Who says it will not work? It's working. Ladies and gentlemen, it's what? Working. We were doing my team, I told my team we want to do school-to-school innovation. And then we went to talk about, when I go, I just talk about Rocenta. Let Rocenta bring the money. Are we there? And then when I spoke to them, the one said, okay, she wants to buy it for her eyes. But this woman was just 38 years old. She told me and said, Blessing, is this product for eyes or is for menses? Because my menses that was seized had been restored. So she took it for eyes, she brought her glasses, and her menses was restored. Powerful. Rocenta is what? And for people that used to have pains, we used to experience pains, please take what? Rocenta.